Have you ever just stopped and wondered how a life is actually built? How does someone become successful? Or maybe, how do things just go off the rails? You might think it's all about these huge, life-altering decisions, but what if I told you it all starts with something way, way smaller? Something as quiet as a single thought. So today, let's pull on that thread and see where it leads. We're going to trace the path from one little thought all the way to the person you become. And this right here is the roadmap for our whole journey. It's like a hidden formula, a chain reaction that explains how we become who we are. It sounds so simple, right? But honestly, this little sentence might just be the secret code to, well, everything. So let's break it down, piece by powerful piece. Okay, first up, the very first link in the chain. A little intention. It's so easy to skip past this part to think we need some huge, grand plan before we can start anything. But what we're seeing here is that it all begins with something tiny. This is ground zero. Seriously, just think about that for a second. Every incredible book ever written started with a simple intention to write just one word. Every marathon ever run started with the intention to take a single step. It's never the giant leap that comes first. No, it's always that small internal whisper, that little decision to just point yourself in a certain direction. That's where all the magic really begins. And this is a really important distinction we have to make. An intention isn't just wishful thinking. It's not, oh, I wish I were healthier. That's a dream. An intention is an active, focused thought. Like, I'm going to drink a glass of water right now. You see the difference? It's that conscious choice to aim your energy, even if the target is super small. It's the seed. So you've got the seed, you've set your intention. But a seed just sitting in your pocket isn't going to grow into anything, right? The next step is absolutely crucial. You've got to plant it. This is the moment where your thought actually makes contact with the real world. This right here, this is the spark of creation. That intention to learn something new, it becomes the action of opening a book. The intention to be a bit kinder, it becomes holding a door open for someone. It's the bridge from the world inside your head to the world out here. And you want to know the best part? The action can be just as small as the intention was. It doesn't have to be perfect or big or dramatic. It just has to happen. Okay, so one action is a start. It's a spark. But how do you turn that little spark into a roaring fire that keeps itself going? Well, the secret ingredient is repetition. Doing it again and again and again. This is where a single, simple event starts to transform into a powerful, life-shaping force. Welcome to the engine room of personal change. See, every time you repeat an action, you're basically carving a pathway in your brain, making it just a little bit easier and more automatic the next time. Going for one run? That's an action. But going for a run every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? That's a habit. It's all about consistency, which turns that thing that was hard work into something you just do. All right, so let's just pull back and look at the blueprint we've uncovered. It's so clear. It all starts with the smallest possible thing, a focused thought. That thought sparks one little action, and that action, when you do it over and over, forges a habit. You can see how every single step is absolutely essential, and how one leads so naturally right into the next. And this brings us to what is, for my money, the most mind-blowing part of this entire process. This is the point where the things you do actually start to merge with who you are. It's the final and most incredible transformation. And what this really means, when you get down to it, is that you aren't your good intentions. You aren't even your occasional actions. You are the sum total of your habits. Think about it. A person who has a habit of reading every day doesn't just read books. They are a reader. A person with a habit of practicing gratitude isn't just doing something nice. They are a grateful person. Your identity is literally a reflection of what you do automatically. Now, this whole process we've been mapping out, it's bigger than just our personal identity. It's almost like a universal operating system that runs in the background of our lives, determining our outcomes. This exact same chain reaction is the secret story behind both our greatest wins and our biggest losses. That's right. It's the same mechanism for both sides of the coin. It's not about luck or fate or some big mystery. It's this simple, predictable chain of cause and effect. The story of success is just the story of positive intentions turning into productive habits. And the story of failure? Well, that's just the story of lazy or negative intentions creating destructive habits. And look at this. Here's where the two paths become so incredibly clear.
It all starts with a tiny, tiny choice. On one side, the intention is simple. I'll learn one new thing today. On the other side, it's just as simple. I'll do it later. One little intention leads to reading one page. The other leads to flipping on the TV. Repeat those actions, and what do you get? Two totally different habits: daily learning or constant procrastination. And the end result? Two different identities, two completely different lives, and both of them were born from one tiny little intention.
These are the final words from the quote that started us off, and they're so powerful. This isn't just some interesting idea to think about for a few minutes and then forget. This is a mental model to live by. It's a call to be conscious of those tiny little intentions you set all day long, because now you know exactly where they lead. And so we're going to end this explainer not with a conclusion, but with a beginning. Your beginning. Because the next 5 minutes of your life, the next hour, the next day, it's all going to be built on the very next intention you set for yourself right now. The power is and always has been completely in your hands. So, what's it going to be?